As a stroke survivor, I believe that I am in the best position to share this advice with anyone that needs to know. My stroke journey has inspired me to tell my story and share all the knowledge that I have acquired over these months. And I literally saw my whole life flash before my eyes. And in my mind, I was like, I never ever knew in a million years that this was going to happen to me. Because I have been there. I can relate with most of these things. I remember I experienced it. I didn't go to school to read it though. I experienced it, and it is said that experience is the best teacher. Hello guys, my name is Ada Ame and I am a stroke survivor who had a stroke last year. I had a hemorrhagic stroke which affected the left side of my cerebellum. It was quite serious though, because it left me with some form of disabilities which are I had hemiplegia, which means that I was paralyzed on one side of my body from my head to my legs. Then I also had aphasia, which means that I was unable to talk. So when I speak, you may not necessarily understand what I am saying, not really makes sense, and I had slurry speech. I also had diplopia, which means double vision. So I had double vision. I had a lot of symptoms. So I had memory loss. I had issues focusing and concentrating. But we're going to talk about that as we go on. So a study was conducted in 2018 and it revealed that about 15 million people suffer strokes annually, that's worldwide, and 5 million people died from stroke. Initially, that's when they had the illness. And the study that also confirmed that the remaining 10 million, out of the remaining 10 million, 5 were chronically disabled and the remaining 5 million were left with little or no disability. And when you read through that research, you figure out that those 5 million people that were left with little or no disability were able to get medical attention at a good time, because when you're talking about stroke, you're talking about time, and time is of the essence when you're talking about stroke. That is why you need to follow me, because when you're following me, you have access to things that I know. I'll be sharing you all I have learned throughout my journey. I've been able to speak with a lot of medical doctors. I've been able to write to organizations both here in Nigeria and abroad. And I've learned one or two things on YouTube and on Google, and with that combined knowledge, I have a lot to share. And I have a first-hand experience because I am a stroke survivor. As we progress, I'll be talking about these issues, the symptoms, how you're able to identify when someone is having a stroke. And when someone is having a stroke, what is the first thing you ought to do before you're able to go to the hospital? I'll be explaining all those things, and when a stroke has occurred, what are the steps that can be taken for proper rehabilitation. And I don't know if you've heard of neuroplasticity. We'll also be talking about it because neuroplasticity is very important. It's the brain's ability to create new brain cells. And during stroke, of course, we all know that the victim or the survivor loses brain cells. So we need to know how that person is able to recover brain cells, because more brain cells lost equates to more loss of functions. So we need to recover those loss of functions. Speaking of depression, we'll also be talking about depression and all these mood swings and every other thing associated with stress. As a disabled person or someone who is in the neuro rehabilitation, the journey, I'll be giving you tips